session. What are they?
Creation of universe.
What is the purpose of this creation? That is one question. And what is the source of this creation? I mean, who is the mastermind behind this creation? Is there any cause for this creation? So those questions we have discussed yesterday. So today we will start with and we also understood that yes, there is a intelligent designer behind this mysterious universe, and there is also a purpose for this creation. What is the purpose? To understand and to serve, to glorify the Lord. That's what we understood, right? So with that understanding, let us start the second session. Access the truth beyond 4 defects. We will see what we are going to discuss in this session. Okay. In summary, we are going to discuss what is imperfect relative truth and what is perfect absolute truth. Okay. What is perfect absolute truth? Vedic wisdom gives perfect knowledge of absolute truth, which is free from 4 defects. Let me first of all clarify what is the meaning of absolute. Absolute means which doesn't change as per time, place and circumstance. It's called as absolute. అంటే దేశకాలమాన పరిస్థితులను అనుసరించి మారని దానిని పరిపూర్ణ అని చెప్పి అంటారు. పరమ అనేటువంటి శబ్దంతో దాన్ని సూచిస్తాం. పరమ శబ్దం, పరమ సత్యము అని చెప్పి అంటారు. ఇస్ దర్ ఎనీవన్ హూ డజంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ హియర్ సో దట్ ఐ కెన్ యూస్ బోత్? అందరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళేనా? మాతాజీ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ యూ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు? కెనాట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు? ఫైన్. సో పర్ఫెక్ట్ అబ్సల్యూట్ ట్రూత్. అబ్సల్యూట్ అంటే ఇక్కడ చెప్పుకున్నాం మనం. అబ్సల్యూట్ అంటే విచ్ డజంట్ చేంజ్ యాజ్ పర్ టైమ్, ప్లేస్ అండ్ సర్కమ్స్టెన్స్. రిలేటివ్ మీన్స్ విచ్ చేంజెస్ యాజ్ పర్ టైమ్, ప్లేస్ అండ్ సర్కమ్స్టెన్స్. సో విచ్ చేంజెస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ ఇంపెర్ఫెక్ట్, విచ్ డజంట్ చేంజ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ perfect. That's what we have to conclude, right? So perfect absolute truth ante that is received from the Vedic wisdom. This gives perfect knowledge of absolute truth, which is free from 4 defects. We will see what are the 4 defects. 4 లోపాలు ఏమిటని చూద్దాం. And what is imperfect relative truth? We keep discovering better and better imperfect relative truths because humans have 4 defects. So let us see what is that. What are we going to do now? So we will discuss about 6 blind men and 1 wise man story, and 3 ways to gain knowledge. 4 defects lead to imperfect knowledge. Scientific research due to 4 defects has resulted in mistakes leading to disasters. Vedas offer perfect and complete knowledge. Okay, these things we are going to discuss. Now, the first one. Have you heard this story? 6 blind men and 1 wise man story? No? In childhood they used to tell this story. See, there is an elephant and 6 blind men were sent to give a report on how does an elephant look. Okay, they have to give a report on how an elephant looks like, but they are all blind. What they will do? Okay, they are told that okay, you go to that room. In the room there is a big elephant. You go, just analyze and give us a report. So first man, because they are blind, he came like this and no, what did he caught in his trunk of the elephant? No, so he decided that okay, what will be their understanding? Let us see. So he caught hold of the trunk and he is thinking that oh, elephant looks like a serpent. That's what he will conclude, right? Because he cannot see anything. Just he came and he caught hold of a trunk. Then he thought, okay, maybe it is like a snake. No? And second person, what did he do? He caught hold of the tail. And he is thinking maybe elephant is like a rope. Right? The third person, he climbed up and he caught hold of the ears, because elephant ears are like axe. No? He is thinking maybe elephant is like an axe. The fourth one, he got obstructed by that elephant. He thought, okay, it's like a big wall. The other one, he caught hold of its tooth. no, sharp tooth. So he is thinking that maybe elephant is like an arrow. And the last one, he caught hold of the leg, and he is thinking, oh, Bapre, very big, because he doesn't know whether he caught hold of a leg or what, which part he caught hold. So he is thinking that maybe it is like a trunk, so elephant is looking like a tree, he is thinking. That's what we will conclude. Yes or no? What do you think? Huh? Because they are blind, what to do? No? So there are 3 ways of gaining knowledge. Okay? I will share you if you want. I will share you. Don't take so much pain photographing each slide. Okay? So there are 3 ways of gaining knowledge. What are they? You can tell. Tell me how do we gain knowledge generally? Seeing. Seeing means see. All these things can be because we have 5 knowledge acquiring senses, right? Jnanendriyal అని చెప్పంటాం. What are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses? Eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin. No? This can be grouped into one. Okay? See, interesting thing is, especially in Telugu or in Indian languages, ఏమంటామంటే చూసిరా అంటాం వెళ్ళి. Go and see who came. How do you know? Through eyes, right? And sometimes we say ఉప్పు చూడు అని చెప్పంటాం. ఉప్పు చూడమంటాం కదా. Check whether salt is sufficient or not in the food. So again we use the word chudu. देखो नमक ठीक है कि नहीं? No, all Indian language we say like that. देखो क्या हुआ? There also you say see. No? And if there is a sound on the main door, we say చూడు వెళ్ళి ఎవరో వచ్చారు. देखो कोई आया क्या? Again we are using the word seeing. Right? And we say check whether he is having fever. Again, how do you say? జ్వరం ఉందో లేదో చూడు అంటాం. You have to touch it. And we may say, see whether this prasadam is spoiled or what. How do you check? చూడు పాడైందా పనికి వస్తుందా చూడు అంటాం. So everywhere you are using the same word, చూడు, see. So that can be grouped into one. Okay, that is called as pratyaksha praman. You understood? What is pratyaksha praman? అంటే ప్రత్యక్షంగా మన కళ్ళతో, మన ముక్కుతో, మన నాలుకతో, మన చెవులతో, మన చర్మంతో దేన్నైనా తెలుసుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేస్తే దాన్నే ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రమాణం అంటాం. రైట్? ట్రైంగ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ విత్ అవర్ ఓన్ ఐస్, ఓన్ నోస్, టంగ్, ఇయర్స్ అండ్ స్కిన్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎస్ ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రమాణ్. ద సెకండ్ వన్ ఈజ్ అనుమాన ప్రమాణ్. మీన్స్ డౌట్. యు ఆర్ డౌట్ఫుల్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఎస్ అనుమాన ప్రమాణ్. Third one is Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman means by hearing or by reading. Right? Why reading is also Shabda Praman? Because we read from a newspaper or we read from a book. So book is nothing but an extension of speech. Sir, no. I want to tell you something, I will just type a message and send you. That's part of Shabda Praman. Anumana Praman means by logic. No? For example, we see something and we conclude something. No? For example, can you give me an example? You can better give some examples. Like by seeing something, we will conclude something. Okay, that's a very high example. A simple example you can give. Okay, for example, lunch will be served, right? Lunch will be served at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock something. Okay, lunch, everything is cooked, everything is kept in the serving area, all the items are kept there, everything is full and you are all attending the session here. So when the time is up, you went there to honor prasadam, but you see that one vessel is empty. So what will you conclude? What do you conclude? We conclude that maybe someone has eaten something, or maybe some cat came and drank all the paisam, something like that. So we didn't see that. How did we conclude? Through logic, anuman. This is called as anuman praman. Okay, so there may be various other varieties also, but all the process of gaining knowledge or all the ways of gaining knowledge are grouped into 3 categories broadly. They are the pratyaksha praman, anumana praman and shabda praman. You are clear about this? You understood what is pratyaksha, anumana and shabda? Okay, we'll go forward. So let us focus on the pratyaksha praman, direct perception. Okay, so you are standing on a railway track. What do you observe?
Railway track, trees.
Okay, no, especially when you focus like that.
No train.
No train. Okay. Yeah, good.
The lights are meeting at some point.
That the both tracks seem to meet at some point. Yes or no? Yes or no? The both tracks seem to meet on some point. But is it true? Does the tracks meet like that? No. Right? But it appears like that because our eyes are imperfect, so it appears like that. No? See here, one more example. A glass of water, a tumbler of water, and there is a stick inside. So outside the tumbler, it's normal, but if you see inside the water, it got bulged. No? Is it real?
No.
But it appears like that. Why? Because of some various other optical phenomena, you can say, some illusion. It appears like that, but it's not true. Or you can see here, no, mirage. It is called as mirage. No, when you travel in national highways and all, what happens? We see water, but really water is there? No. It appears like that. No. And before, some convex and concave mirrors. You know what is convex and concave mirrors? So if you go and stand before that mirror, you appear in a different size. Right? So we cannot acquire complete knowledge using our material senses like eyes, ears, etc. I just gave example of how our eyes gets cheated, right? Misled. The same examples you can take about touch, hearing, taste, smell, all these things. Right? So we have 4 defects. Okay, let us take some other examples also. Now whatever we have seen, that only we consider our eyes. Okay, can you give me some example of smelling something? For example, if you are feeling cold, okay, your nose gets blocked, and will ask you, see whether fragrance is coming or not. No, you didn't feel anything. But is it true? No. Right? For example, taste. Okay, if you, for example, sapota is there. Sapota is very sweet, and orange is citrus fruit. It is little sour. Oranges are also sweet, right? There is some sweetness in oranges also. But if you eat a sapota first, and if you take orange next, what happens?
Orange does not taste.
Whatever little sweetness is there, that also vanished. Yes or no? So the system is, first you have to take bitter. As per Ayurveda, that's common sense actually, but which is very uncommon nowadays. Nowadays we give some fruits and sweets, people they don't know what to eat first. They just mix everything and eat. But the thing is, first you have to taste bitter thing. Then you have to go to sour, and you have to complete with sweet. Madhurena samapayet. Even the Sanskrit it says. Means please complete everything with sweet. At the end, everything should end sweetly. Okay, but if you take a sweet fruit, or if you take some sweet, and then if you take something sour, what happens? No. But is it true that it is not sweet? There is some sweetness in orange, but because you did it in a different way, you cannot taste it. Alright, this is one example of tongue. No? And also skin also we can give an example. For example, there is hot water and cold water. You put your hand in cold water for some time, and then you put in hot water. What happens? You will feel that water is lukewarm. No? Then you do the opposite. Keep your hand in hot water for some time, and then you put it in cold water. What happens? Even the water is very cold, but it may not be too cold for you. So like that, the understanding is our senses are imperfect. You got the point or not? Our senses are imperfect, because beyond some limits they cannot work properly. That's why this is called as imperfect senses. Okay, we have imperfect senses. Right? So 4 defects are there. Information and theories in science are changed, updated and modified due to humans possessing 4 defects. I think you always, we always see that the theories are getting updated. Yes or no? Frequently, because we have this something called as NCERT. What is that? They keep on updating the textbooks. No? Earlier they thought like atom is the smallest thing. They thought like that. I mean, molecule is the smallest thing. They thought like that. Later on they came to know, no. Molecule is a combination of still more smaller units called as atoms. Then they told, okay, atoms are the smallest units. After some time again they came to know, no, this is not true. Again inside atom there is something. Electrons are there, protons are there, nucleus is there, like that. So they keep on updating all these things. Right? So information and theories in science are changed, updated and modified. Why? Why it is being done like that? What is the problem? The answer is given there. What is the problem? Because we have 4 defects. That's why all these things keep changing. Right? So Dalton's atomic theory, that was the earliest one. Okay, if you remember some 50 years ago, our father or our grandfather in their school days, they used to learn about Dalton's atomic theory. Later on, it got updated. Now, like after that, Ernest Rutherford, okay, father of nuclear science. See, that's the advancement. Then that also got, then the atom, the Bohr theory or its structure, this is the update. That is also gone, got outdated. Right? So why it is happening like that? That means a person who is a gold medalist in the university 50 years ago, if the same person comes and writes the same question paper today, he will be failed. Yes or no? Yes or no? So all these things are relative things. That is called as relative knowledge. In those days that was correct. But if you write the same thing now, for example, 15 years ago, throughout the Telugu area, if anyone writes that, what is the capital of Andhra Pradesh? Hyderabad. Okay, we'll pass. But if you write like that, actually many of them in Andhra Pradesh, they don't know what is their capital. Still it's an dilemma whether it is Amaravati, whether it is somewhere. Now they are speaking about 5 capitals. Right? Still they are in dilemma. The point is, the same answer if you give now, what happens? No, not valid. You will not get any job now. So that's the stupidity actually here, because of our defects. You see this picture here. So the whole visible range, for example, we have something called as ultraviolet rays and we have something called as infrared rays. This is the whole range. See here, from cosmic rays to broadcast band. And where exactly is our range of vision? See, such a wide range is there, but our vision is just limited to where it is, near that 1000 nanometer, no? Very small VIBGYOR range. These 7 colors only we can see. Beyond that and after that we don't see anything. Can we experience all those things? No. Do we see X-rays? No. We don't see gamma rays, we don't see ultraviolet rays, no infrared rays, microwaves, radar, radio, broadcast band, no. We don't see anything. But actually we are in an ocean of waves. I have to tell. Sir, no. We are in the ocean of waves, but we don't see all those things. Because our eyes are imperfect. Right? So, what are the 4 defects? First one is 4 defects. First one is imperfect senses. So, you understood now what is imperfect senses. Next, the second one is to be illusioned. See. Just go to internet and just type some optical illusions. So many are there. No? So we tend to be illusioned or not? Yes, we tend to be illusioned. There is no doubt in that. So do you think actually something is hanging like that? No, it's an illusion, that's all. Neither the bottle is there inside the truck. It's a painting, that's all. So we tend to be illusioned. This is the second defect. And third one, tendency to commit mistakes. See, to err is human, it is said, right? It's human nature to commit mistakes. So we have the tendency to commit mistakes. We commit so many mistakes every day, right? And the fourth one is cheating propensity. Every one of us has this tendency to cheat. No? I will tell you why it comes. There is a link actually. First thing is we have imperfect senses. Okay, it begins there. Because of our imperfect senses, we tend to be illusion. Got the point here? అంతే కదా, మన ఇంద్రియాలు అపరిపూర్ణంగా ఉండడం చేత మనం భ్రమకు గురవుతాం. అవునా కదా? ఎస్. బికాజ్ వీ టెన్ టు బి ఇల్యూజన్, వీ కమిట్ మిస్టేక్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ యూ డ్రైవ్ ఇన్ ద నైట్ టైమ్, so many accidents happen. Why?
Right.
Because we can't see properly. Because of that lighting, we tend to be illusioned and we'll just go and dash. Right? And we commit mistakes, but we don't want to accept that we commit mistakes, so we want to cheat. Sir, ఎవరైనా తప్పు ఒప్పుకుంటారా? చేసిన తప్పుని ఎవరు ఒప్పుకోరు. ఏమంటారు? ఇది బుకాయిస్తారు. బుకాయించడం తెలుసు. నేను చేయలేదు, మీదే తప్పు అంటారు. For a slight accident on road, people start fighting. No? They don't accept it. They don't accept their mistakes. So people cheat. No? Yeah, like devotees. So these are the four pillars. Okay. Imperfect senses. Sorry, our eyes are flying outside the range of 400 to 700 millimicron. If you want to know this fact. Okay, we cannot see before 400 microns, and we cannot see beyond 700 microns. So we can just see only up to 400 to 700 microns. As we discussed yesterday morning, there are 84 lakh species, right? Different species have different ranges of visibility. Some things which we cannot see, dogs can see. That's why in traditional India, when dogs sometimes they make a noise, strange noise. Immediately they say, no, you need to stop it. You cannot show this. It is said that dogs can see all kinds of subtle bodies, 𝗬𝗳𝗏𝗏 and 𝗬𝗏𝗏. Right? So that's why if there is any natural calamity going to happen, so tsunami or earthquake, no? These other living entities can sense it faster than the human. Because humans, they lost that capacity. We have used so many radars, all the equipment are there. No? Like that we will forecast. Like generally these rains are forecasted, right? But other living entities, they don't need any technology. They can just sense what is going to happen. I don't know if you remember or not. Tsunami came some many years back. So many people died. So you know that Andaman and Nicobar Islands, they are part of India. So after tsunami happened, lakhs of people died. Indian government, they want to know if someone survived in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So it is helicopter and they went to make a survey. But they're surprised, no one actually died there. They're surprised. We have so much technology, but we wouldn't protect ourselves. How these people can survive? When they understood that, because still in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there are some people called aborigines. There are so many tribes there. Let's see that video when helicopters going, they're trying to throw some stones and spears on the helicopter. Right? So what they came to know is because they live in close association with nature, because they are forest dwellers, they just sense the behavioral changes in other species. For example, we see now it is everything is fine. In rainy season, we find that suddenly ants will be very busy. No? They try to stock some food. So look at ants, we can sense from that something is going to happen, some change is going to happen in the nature. Right? So they understood that no one actually got affected in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are just surviving. Great surprise. Because different living entities, they have different ranges of visibility. Not only about the visibility, but also audibility. Okay, we'll see. Our ears are deaf outside the range of 20 Hz to 20 kHz. Right? See, dog's favorite frequency is 50,000 Hz. You know, in US and all, in Western countries, they use the dog whistles. Don't know whether it is in India or not. Dog whistles are there in India? No. Dog whistles. Because dogs' hearing capacity is something different from human capacity. So they have something called as dog whistle. If you blow that whistle, only dogs can hear. Immediately they will sense it and they will come to the master. Okay? Because their frequency is 50,000 Hz. Right? See, this is the some range is displayed. Elephants, those beings can hear infrasounds. No? Cats and dogs between 50,000 and 40,000 something. No? Bats and dolphins, it is up to somewhere there is a gray area, like everything matches. There they can hear whatever they speak. Okay? This is the next. Regarding the eyes, since scientists senses have limitations, they try to use instruments to get more knowledge of the world. Yes? Because we cannot see minute things, we use microscope. We use telescope to our own. Why? To enhance our knowledge of the world. That's why we need some instruments. See this interesting fact. There is a person called 𝗲𝗵𝗌𝐻𝐿. He's a Nobel Prize winning physicist. He got Nobel Prize for this observation. What is that observation? Even if we photograph stars, what happens? Eventually, we have to take in by our senses what the photo shows. Okay, you use a very sophisticated camera or some telescope and you look at photograph. Okay, but ultimately, whatever the photograph shows, how do you receive it? Through your own eyes?
Yes.
Right? Then what happens? Furthermore, without our senses, we cannot handle a camera. See, whatever you want to photograph, how do you photograph it? You will see into the camera. Again, you are capturing only what you can see there. What is the use of the instrument? What's the point? No. Because you are handling the camera with your own eyes again. So whatever you are able to see in the sky, that only you are capturing. That's what we observed. No? It's a very important thing. Even if we amplify it, refined by instruments, the knowledge is no more perfect than our imperfect sense. Maybe this is a little technical, many of you, but very important thing to understand. So, even though we use instruments, ultimately what happens? We can take only what our senses can take. Right? An illusion, I give you some examples. Taste a gulab jamun and you take an orange. That appears slow. You take orange after lemon. Lemon is more sour than orange, right? So if you take a lemon and if you take orange, it will appear sweet. Now, skin, for example. Same thing. Water touched with warm hand appears cool. Water touched with cold hand appears warm. See, about optical illusion. You observe and identify. Each picture has at least two ways to see, depending on what you choose to discard. Depending on what you choose to discard, depending on what you don't like to see, there are two ways of seeing everything. Use your creativity and identify the two different ways of perceiving each of the pictures. I will show you the pictures. What do you infer from such observation? Let us see. What do you see here?
Oh, a woman turned inside.
Yeah, everyone can answer. What do you see? Old lady? Anything else you can see?
A woman.
Woman's face. Turning away. Woman face is turning away. That you can see. And also you can see a old woman, right? So this is an illusion or not? Few see a old woman, few see a young woman, few see both of them. Right? Still few may not be able to understand what is it. That's also there, right? Some people can quickly figure what is this. That's also there. What is it? Is there a triangle or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Triangle and arrow.
You can say it.
3 pythons.
Is there a triangle or not? Yes. Do you see lines there?
No.
Triangle.
No.
Is there?
No.
How do you say there is?
3 pies.
There are no lines. This is a relation, yes or no?
Yes. Old man and old woman and some couple.
One is singing Hare Krishna song and one is playing guitar.
Oh, you can hear Hare Krishna songs.
Hare Baba.
Krishna conscious. Actually.
One lady is listening Hare Krishna.
Okay. Anyway, what? So many things. So many examples.
They are going to Vaikuntha.
Bridge and then ships. Next to it. They seem to move, but they don't.
Just move your face back and forth.
Multiverse. Multiverse. Each bubble.
They appear like they move, but they don't.
But it's not moving, right? It's moving, but it's not moving.
It's not moving.
But it appears to be moving.
It appears to.
Same thing like in a railway station, there are two trains. It's a common example.
Ah.
Right? You are sitting in a train. The other train is moving, but you feel that
Our train
your
is.
train is moving.
Stationary, but appear like moving.
Don't see any defect. In the earlier one, could you see some defect? No, we are not discussing about defects. What do you observe? Whether they are moving or not moving. That is the question. This one, they are moving or not? Not moving. Some people they observe it as moving, right?
Not.
So this is all called as, this is the limitation of our eyes. Actually, nothing is moving, but because our eyes are defective, they show it like they are moving. Are they of same height or not? Actually, they are of same height. It's an optical illusion again. See this one. Focus on the dot in the center and move your head backwards and forwards. Observe what happens.
There's some rotating. This one clockwise and another.
తల ముందుకి వెనక్కి కనిపి చూడండి ఆ చుక్క మీద దృష్టి పెట్టండి.
One is rotating clockwise and reverse of the.
You observe something? Everyone.
They are moving. Appears like moving.
What is your experience? What are you? బయట చక్రం కదులుతుంది లోపల చక్రం కదులుతుంది యాంటీ క్లాక్ వైజ్ అండ్ క్లాక్ వైజ్ కనెక్షన్స్ again nothing is moving, just it's an optical illusion. You see that video. It's now artistically, that's all. Yes. So many examples. So what happens because of imperfect senses? What happens? What is the first one? We have imperfect senses because of that
Illusion.
illusion. Because we tend to be illusion, then what happens?
We do mistakes.
Right? So widely incorrect accounts in research, for example. We commit a mistake in research, what happens? Brain was thought of as an organ to cool the blood. Some point of time they used to think like that. Okay. Pituitary or master glands were considered a vestige or useless tissue in the human body at one point of time. What happens if we remove that because they get vestige? Yeah. Yeah. So value of Hubble constant. There's something called as Hubble constant. We learned in our school. It's a cosmic yardstick actually. Has been changed 3 times. The name is constant, but it got changed 3 times. So what should we call it? Hubble constant or Hubble variable? No. What happens, if you change a little, see, this is used to calculate the distances between the planets. No. Someone asks you what is the distance from here to Secunderabad. Someone says to one yardstick, we use some kind of
Unit.
scale to calculate that. No? One says it is 20 kilometers. But if there is change, 20 kilometers, how? If we consider that 1 kilometer is equal to how many meters?
1,000 meters.
1,000 meters. But if someone calculates as 1 kilometer is equal to 30,000, something like meters, what happens? The distances will change or not?
Right.
So it's a great mistake. This is what is happening. They have changed it 3 times. It's not much time. So there is no value there. No? I don't know exactly. But the principle you try to understand how the mistakes happen. So small mistakes can lead to large disasters actually. For example, this build of man hooks. So 1912 connecting the link is made up. I will tell you what is it. So మన చిన్ననాటి నుంచి విన్నాం ఎందుకంటే కోతుల నుంచి మనిషి వచ్చాడు రైట్ సో దే taught us in the school that man evolved from monkeys. Okay, we see today monkeys are there in society. Man is also there in society, but we don't see any intermediary thing in society. Yes, sir. Yes. But as per Darwin's picture, we know the popular pictures. They say like he went down slightly, he got up. He became a man. Something. That is the version. Next thing. But the thing is, they taught us that man evolved from monkey. But the question is, monkey is there, man is there. But where is some linking? Where is the missing link? So what many of them did is to get some award or to get some recognition or to get some monetary benefit, they started cheating the people. They'll bring some kind of made up skull and they say, see, this is the missing link. This is the link between monkey and man. But many times they got caught. Okay, so that happened in 1912, connecting link, but that is made up. They made something with the plaster of Paris kind of things, and they buried in the ground, and again they dug up it and they said, see, this is the missing. But it was revealed, thought revealed, human skull and pile job. Yeah. See, extensive black painting all over, light air, aggressive, quickly dissolved fake bones. So this is like they cheated and they caught actually. They made something manipulation. Forgery of evidence. Example of cheating.
Neanderthal was advanced with evidence of 1856. Dismissed in 1960. Was advanced with evidence in 1912. Dismissed in 1953. Synthetic was advanced with evidence in 1959. Dismissed in 1960. Red was advanced with evidence in 1964. Dismissed in 1979.
So this is the point. So Darwin's theory of evolution was never proved. And it's not going to be proved. That's why I told you yesterday, many countries they removed it from their countries. Still in India, we are sentimentally attached and we are just continuing. Okay? So Darwin's theory of evolution that man came from monkeys. Not only this example, but the whole thing, like the basic of this evolution theory is they say that life came from chemicals. That's what they say. So
Darwin's theory of evolution is wrong, then we cannot prove that life came from chemicals. Life never comes from dull matter. This is the point we have to understand. Life comes from life, not from dull matter. See, the next one is Anuman Praman. We have seen the first one. What is that? Pratyaksha Praman. So Pratyaksha Praman is faulty or successful?
Faulty.
It's faulty because so many defects are there. The next one is Anumana Praman. Theory is based on observation. See, it may have been like this, or perhaps it was like this. See, it goes like that. Means like speculation. Okay. The best example of speculation is Darwin's theory. It's a great speculation. No, on the origin of species. No, actually Darwin he himself accepted that. What does he say? See. In one of his letters to 𝐂𝐸𝐺𝐵, Darwin wrote, I am a firm believer. See, he is using the words, some abstract words. I am a firm believer that without speculation, see this is the second word, without speculation, there is no good and original observation. So this is the third one, observation. After 5 years' work, I allowed myself to speculate on the subject and drew up some short notes. These I enlarged in 1844 into a sketch of the conclusions, which seemed to be probable. So Darwin he himself wrote in the great book, no, which these modern scientists they take as an authority, Origin of Species, that it's a just speculation. He just felt something and he wrote it. That's all. See how the bear evolved into a monstrous whale. According to Darwin's theory, they say that this bear got evolved into a monstrous whale. How does it happen? Just read it. In North America, the black bear was seen swimming for hours with wide open mouth, thus catching like a whale insects in water. Even in so extreme a case as this, if the supply of insects were constant and if better adapted competitors did not already exist in the country, I can see no difficulty in a race of bears by natural selection, more and more aquatic in their structure and habits, with larger and larger mouths, till a creature was produced as monstrous as a whale. He explains it simple, సరళంగా చెప్పాలంటే ఎలుగుబంటి ఎందుకో దూకింది నీళ్ళలోకి, చేపలు దొరుకుతున్నాయి, బాగా దొరుకుతున్నాయి, ఇంకా బాగా దొరుకుతున్నాయి, వేరే కాంపిటీటర్స్ ఎవరూ లేరు. సో కాబట్టి అలా 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 ఈదుతూ దాని నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్ అలాగే అది ఏమైపోయింది, వేల్ అయిపోయింది అని చెప్పి చెప్తారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ సో నాన్ సెన్స్. నో record of the rocks. No, what they thought, if really the Darwin's evolution theory is true, what happens if you dig the earth? In the initial layers, you will get skeletons of human beings, because human beings are considered as the latest race, right? So if you dig more and more deep, what happens? The earlier forms has to come, but that doesn't happen. No, they have the record of rocks. They see that for 40,000 years this much deep layer got formed, something like that. అంటే ఇన్ని సంవత్సరాలకి ఇంత లేయర్ ఫామ్ అవుతుందనేది ఒక లెక్క ఉంది. బట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, దే గాట్ యాక్చువల్లీ హ్యూమన్ స్కెలిటన్స్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ ద వెరీ డీప్, నో, లైక్ 2 million years ago which was formed. So that is disproved that man came from monkeys. Human beings and apes simultaneously existed millions of years ago. This we have to understand. Not only human beings and apes, but all the 84 lakh species are always existing. That we have to understand. So what is the problem in making mistakes in research? Do you think there is any problem making mistakes in research? It's a great danger. One best example, 3 years before, what happened? Some crazy virus got out of some Chinese laboratory. The Wuhan virus. What is that? They are doing some nonsense experiments and something got leaked out. It devastated the whole world. Yes or no? That's a mistake in the research, right? Yeah, whatever it is. See, for example, a Bisleri or polyvinyl bottle. It's a convenient substitute for a glass bottle. Yes or no? We are all happy with that, right? No need to carry water anywhere. Why take so much difficulty? Wherever you go, throw some 20 rupees, you will get water. So it's very convenient. But what's the problem? But water stored in a Bisleri bottle for 6 months turns poisonous. We don't know. That's why we are taught, you please check the manufacturing date. But who checks it? So that's what, no, we are looking for convenience. But what happens there? It turns poisonous. Mobile use close to years has proved to be health hazardous. Yes or no? It's health hazardous, right? Now there is a new problem because of smartphones. Everyone is having this spondylitis problem, right? Damage to brain if used for a long period of time. See, brain damage will happen. Heart problems if kept in the shirt pocket. See, if you keep here, then the problem is brain damage will be there. If you keep in shirt pocket, then heart problems will come. Impotency if kept in pant pocket. No, nowadays it's a big problem. No, infertile. No one is able to conceive. Great problem now. Phone call sound cannot be heard if kept in a jeans pocket below the knees. Okay, if you decide, okay, better keep it near the knees, but you cannot hear. No, so many problems are there. Yeah, one example, during bubonic plague, what happened? Researchers claimed that the cats were the cause of plague. So they killed all the cats to get rid of the bubonic plague. You know, this happens also in bird flu. During bird flu, what happened? All these chicken were killed. And swine flu, what did it do? All the swine, pigs were killed. No? This time what happened earlier? They thought cats are the problematic thing, so they killed all the cats. Later on what they found? And then realized that rats are the real cause. But because they killed all the cats, by the time it became very late, and rats, their number got increased. Now the problem increased. This is the problem. Now there were too many rats, but no cat to eat rats. Now plague epidemic was spreading violently. Spreading violently. Yes or no? Huh? So before, we can add coronavirus also in the next session, maybe next edition we will add that. No? Because everyone got accustomed to living in AC, closed indoors, right? AC compartments, all these things. So people got accustomed to that. They cannot live outside. In sunlight they cannot walk also. It's very difficult for them. But suddenly they told that, see, if you remain indoors, you will die. If you switch on your AC, you will get coronavirus. That's what they told, right? By the time, people are already dead. This is the problem with making mistakes in research. Half knowledge is a dangerous thing. Right? Yeah, there is a quiz here. The solution for one problem becomes another bigger problem. Can you tell something? Can you some examples? Solution for one problem becomes another bigger problem. So many things you can, come on, you can give so many examples. Antidote for corona. Yeah. What happened?
Heart problems.
Problems. It's a recent. There are so many other. Invention of mobile phones. People thought that, okay, come on, it's a wonderful thing. But what happened now?
Addiction. Plastic also.
So many things. Plastic, they thought that, hey, wonderful thing we have invented. Now, plastic is going to kill human beings.
Now they want to invent a cure for HIV.
Mhm.
It will become another problem.
Yeah. So they invented this motor vehicles. They thought, wonderful, no need of these horses. No, all these things are not required now. Okay. So, man thought that if he has money and comforts, what is the use of having God? We can never obtain complete knowledge by pratyaksha or anumana pramana. Both these two things are defective. Sometimes it may be applicable, but not always. No? For absolute knowledge, they are not suitable. Then what is the only way for us? Huh? It's dangerous to operate a machine with half knowledge. Similarly, it is dangerous to manipulate the universal cosmic machine without knowing about it from the creator who created it. We will see how dangerous it is to operate a machine with half knowledge. That's what happens. No? It's a humorous example. It's very dangerous. So, where is the manual that can explain operation of this cosmic machine? If you can get it, that means if we get perfect knowledge, then we have the key to happiness, right? So, with dollar notes in pocket, surrounded by luxuries and comforts, all man could find was only stress and depression. Where is happiness? You all experience this, no? Why people started a mass exodus to cities and towns and metros? What they thought? They thought like we can be more happy there. Yes or no? Earlier people was living without electricity, no, without any modern comforts. They are happy. They are getting quality food, everything. But somehow this insect entered their brains, no? They, because of this false propaganda, they got brainwashed actually. They thought living in villages a peaceful life is nonsense. Let us go to towns. They are promised heaven there. Okay. Now they came to the towns. Even though they are earning lakhs of rupees, no one can drink real milk actually. We don't know what is real milk, what is real curd, what is real cheese. We don't know. No, the kinds of vegetables which we are getting in towns, they're full of chemicals. Yes or no? Water is dead. See, water is dead. There is something called as live water and dead water. Whatever water is available here is dead water in towns. No, food is lifeless. Even though you eat so much, people are weak. They cannot digest. They are suffering with infertility. They cannot conceive children. Huh? All those things. See, what happens? There is no happiness here. We see many people, they are from very reputed institutions, they pass out from reputed institutions, they get jobs of very high package, still they are frustrated, no happiness. Okay, you all know about all these things. This is a problem. Okay, so 4 defects keep us in illusion. We have imperfect senses. That leads to illusion, already discussed, due to which we commit mistakes. To hide the mistakes, one tends to cheat others. This is what happens. Right? Just see, my dear friend, how four defects keep us blind to the truth. Now, is there no other way other than pratyaksha or anumana to know the complete truth that is free from all danger? Yes, there is a way, definitely. No? That is called as Shabda Praman. What is Shabda Praman? Shabda Praman means hearing from the higher authorities. It is said in Bhagavad Gita 4.2. Evam parampara praptam evam rajarshayo viduhu. See, which is received in a disciplic parampara. No?
The Vedas, however, are not as well known for presenting historical and scientific knowledge as they are for expounding subtle sciences such as the power of mantras. We all recognize the power of sound itself and its effects, which can be quite dramatic. Here,
How sound effects matter. An example. If you constantly have the same frequency of sound, it will break a glass.
Substantial reactions. It is commonly believed that mantras can carry hidden power, which can in turn produce profound effects. The ancient Vedic literatures are full of descriptions of weapons being called by mantra. For example, many weapons were invoked by mantra during the epic Kurukshetra war, wherein the Bhagavad Gita itself was spoken. The ancient deployment of blaster weapons, equivalent to modern-day nuclear weapons, are described throughout the Vedic literatures. Additionally, mantras carry hidden spiritual power, which can produce significant benefits when chanted properly. Indeed, the Vedas themselves are sound vibrations in literary form and carry a profound message.
So this is very, very powerful mantra. So sound, Shabda Praman. Okay. Through hearing, we can gain perfect knowledge. As an example, see. How can a child know who his father is? Tell me.
Mother.
DNA tester.
First mother చెప్పాలి. ఈయన mother చెప్పాలి.
The society got degraded so much, I don't know. But the common way, how can a child know who his father is? Through mother, right? So someone tells, no, we will check your genes and tell you who your father is. But how long does it take? So medical tests, see, genetical fingerprint takes 800 years to identify a lot of 200 men. If you say, I don't believe my mother, then you have to start doing DNA test, as our friend said. But how many you can do? No? At least in that also you should select 2 or 3. Then you can do some DNA test. But you are not sure about that, what happens? If you take a lot of 200 men, it takes 800 years. No? One of whom is likely to be your father. Whom you will check. No? So just ask your mother and know who your father is. Right? This is the way to do that. Right? This is called as deductive knowledge. Deductive means which comes down from an higher authority. Inductive means going up. This is called as deductive knowledge. Okay? This is a simple way. So Vedas are considered as our mother and God is Supreme Father. Okay? So Vedas can give us God knowledge, not just general knowledge. See, people are crazy about general knowledge actually. Current affairs, all those things. What is the current bunch of nonsense? That is called as GK. No? Because every second so much trash is being thrown into this internet actually. No? Like there is something called as this cosmic rubbish, cosmic waste. Heard about that cosmic waste? Because every country is throwing some satellites into the sky. Now it's a big problem now. A big dustbin is there. They don't know how to dispose it. It's a great menace now. Space pollution, yes. It's called as cosmic rubbish. In the same way, our minds are filled with so much nonsense in the name of general knowledge. See? Yeah. Yeah, they are already roaming in the orbit. No? So, Vedas doesn't only contain God knowledge, but they also contain the general knowledge. You know what is the general knowledge that is present in Vedas? We will see. So many things are there. So, in the same way, we will get into that later. The Vedic process of learning is Parampara, Sampradaya it is called, the disciplic succession. That is called as Parampara, it's an authorized college. And the one who has heard from his guru is called as a professor. See. Okay. So, these are the pakka sources to receive perfect knowledge actually. The Parampara is there and there are professors who are called as gurus. And authorized books are the Vedic texts like Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, all these things. Okay, this is called as Shabda Brahman because it is directly coming from the Creator. Explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 𝗤𝗂𝗃𝗃 the Vedic knowledge was revealed by the Supreme Person within the heart of the first created being, Brahma. So there is no point of speculation, no point of guessing or observation or feeling or believing. All those words doesn't have any place here. One who have created, for example, take this temple hall here. Okay, can someone of you give me the complete details of this? Can someone of you give the details of this? No, because we are not there before this hall was created. Someone who is there before the hall is created and who is involved in that, he only can give us perfect information. Yes or no? If we start guessing, what happens? So much speculation will be there. We don't get perfect knowledge. The same way, one who is present before the material creation. Who is there before the material creation? Lord God is there before the material creation. So only He can give the perfect knowledge. That perfect knowledge is called as Vedic knowledge. Okay. This Vedic knowledge is given by Lord Krishna to Brahma within the heart. See, this is most advanced version of transferring the knowledge. Nowadays, this who is that fellow? No, who is it? Elon Musk. Yeah, he is trying to get some new technology. What is that? Transfer of information from one person to other. Something like that. He wants to insert some chip inside something, inside the brain, something like that. No? So that's what they already know what we are doing and all. Wherever we go, our Google feed will go, right? Thoughts also. Oh, Krishna. Definitely God has to incarnate again. But this time it doesn't happen. Like it will be like a wholesale destruction, that's all. Anyway, the point is already that advanced technology is there. Because Lord is there in the form of Paramatma in everyone's heart. He gives the proper knowledge when it is required. So in the same way, the knowledge got transferred from Lord Krishna to Brahma through the medium of heart, through the Paramatma. Okay. So Brahma is the first created being, not some unicellular algae or some, as the scientists say, no. They say that first living being is some unicellular organism. Algae, something, amoeba, paramecia, something they say. But Vedic scriptures they say, no, Brahma is the first living entity. So this is called as Parampara. This Vedic wisdom came down in disciplic succession through a chain of gurus from the beginning of creation. See. So from Lord Krishna, who is the creator, he gave the knowledge to Brahma, from Brahma, Narada, from Narada to Bhaktivinoda, like that. It is a big disciplic succession.
We haven't learned to manufacture. We simply repeat the words and the instruction given by the physicists. Krishna instructed Brahma, Brahma instructed Narada, Narada instructed 𝗏𝗏, 𝗏𝗏 instructed 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃, and in this way, then Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the 6 self-support, and we are doing the same thing. There is no difference. That is the specific procedure the Krishna answers as well.
So this is called as Shabda Praman, receiving knowledge through bona fide disciplic succession. Okay. So 5000 years ago, Vyasadeva, a literary incarnation of God, recorded all the Vedas in writing for the benefit of people in Kali Yuga. So before that, writing was there, but Vedic knowledge was not put into writing. First time it was put into writing by Vyasadeva 5000 years ago, because he could foresee what kind of people are going to take birth in Kali Yuga. The symptoms of people in Kali Yuga is also explained in 𝐷𝗵𝗆. Okay, so considering all these things, he put it into writing. See, this is the Vedic knowledge. See how vast it is. It's not like a small book which you can just put it like this and that's all, you can claim I have the whole knowledge. No. See, Vedic knowledge is classified into two, Shruti and Smriti. What is Shruti? Revealed absolute truth, every word unchanged eternally. And Smriti, composed by sages, wording may change from age to age. One more simple thing is, Shruti is which is heard directly, and Smriti is what is remembered. No? Like it is composed by the sages according to Shruti. So there are two things, Shruti and Smriti. Smriti is more practical dealings. Okay, Shruti is like philosophy. We need the both, right, in our life. We need philosophy and also we need practical knowledge. The same way Shruti and Smriti. And Shruti is again classified as Vedas, 𝗶𝗶vedas, Vedangas. See. And Vedas are again 4 in number. Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana Veda. And each Veda has 4 parts again. Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishads. Okay, and 𝗶𝗶vedas are Dhanurveda, Ayurveda, all these things. And Vedangas are Kalpa, Siksha, Vyakarana, Nirupta, Chandas and Jyotisha. These are all called Shruti. And Smriti, there are rituals, sutras, tantras, pancharatras, puranas, itihasas, षड् 6 darshanas. Okay? And ritual sutras again, Shraudha sutras, 𝗵𝗆 sutras, Dharma sutras, Dharma shastras, so many are there. And tantras again, tamasic, rajasic and sattvic. Pancharatras, Vaishnava worship is there. Puranas, 18 major Puranas and 18 Upa-Puranas are there, minor Puranas. And there are 6 itihasas are there. Itihas, what are the itihasas? Ramayana and Mahabharata. Right? 6 darshanas are there, Vedanta, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vaiseshika, Yoga and Sankhya. See how vast knowledge is, Vedic knowledge. Okay? It's not like a simple one book, which can hold in under your armpit and you can say, okay, this is the most purified scripture in the world and this is ultimate. No, nothing like that. So the summary of the session is, what we have discussed in the session? 6 blind men and 1 wise man story. So who is that one wise man who has eyes to see? No? Or wise man is the one who heard from the others. 6 blind men, they went and tried to guess something. But one wise man, he didn't go anywhere. He just heard from a person who is having eyes to see. That is the way, right? We are blind. So what we have to do, we have to take information from wise man who has, like tattvadarshinaha, it is said in Bhagavad. One who has experienced it, one who has realized it absolutely. Okay? So there are 3 ways to gain knowledge. What are they? 3 ways to gain knowledge? Yes. Okay? So 4 defects lead to imperfect knowledge. What are the 4 defects? Cheating propensity. So scientific research due to 4 defects has resulted in mistakes and leading to disasters. Okay? So Shabda Praman, Vedas, they offer perfect and complete knowledge. This we have to understand. Right? So problems of life. We will discuss about this in the next session. Practical Vedic solutions to problems of life. Because science and technology offers many unsatisfactory, superficial, stopgap solutions, see, to problems of life. Being superior to animals, humans can inquire about the root cause of all problems and the ultimate goal of life. Vedic wisdom teaches the art of putting a full stop to all problems by aligning with the laws of nature and God. That we'll be discussing in the third session. Okay? So thank you. If you have any questions or comments, please. Any questions or comments? Please. How to come out from that guilt? See, once the mistake is done, you should understand that to err is human. It's human nature to commit mistakes. But it is also the responsibility of human beings to correct that mistake. By correcting yourself, you can come out of the guilt. Okay? You have to rectify yourself. Why do people hurt? Hurt whom? See, because everyone is affected by these 4 defects, right? So you cannot expect everyone to be a Mahatma. That's what the problem is. So even though you are a Mahatma, but others are not Mahatma, so again they try to, blame him or something like that. So you cannot avoid. That's why Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita he explains that this is 𝗂𝗳𝗃𝐈𝐌. Because, for example, this HP company laptop I have purchased. Okay, and when I purchased this laptop, he gave me a manual, and it is written in that, say this laptop is very dangerous. Okay, if you do something like that, it will get blasted and you will die, something like that. It's already written there. The same way Lord Krishna, when he sent us to this material world, he gave the manual called Bhagavad Gita, and he told in that don't remain in this world because this is full of miseries. So having understood that this world is full of miseries, what do we expect? We have to tolerate, that's all. Nothing can be done. Hare Krishna. Any other questions or comments? Okay, then we will meet in the next session, third session. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare